A lot of you find me because of how I go out and create funnels, but a lot of people come to me when their funnel's not working. And in this video, I want to teach you guys why funnels most frequently don't work, why funnels aren't converting, specifically why yours may not be. There's a series of questions that I go through in a specific order that help me know, ooh, this is why this funnel's not working, right? It's like an order of diagnosis. And in this video, I'm going to show you that formula. Stick with me. Let's dive in. A lot of you guys know that I worked at ClickFunnels. A lot of you guys know that I left my job and with no product documented my leave. It was highly risky. I'm not recommending you go do that, but I have built a ton of funnels in my life. A lot of funnels. When I left my job, there's a part of the formula that finally clicked. And when the formula finally clicked, I went through 55 successes in a row compared to 34 failures in a row right before that. And so some of the things that I learned that made these funnels work had a lot more to do with how to diagnose them if they're not performing the way you want. So if your funnel is getting traffic to it, but it's just not converting, you're in the right spot. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut over to my computer screen and specifically a training that I did in front of a live audience. I think it was like 2,000 or 3,000 people that were signed up for this thing. And I did this training talking about how to kind of diagnose a funnel. And let's say the funnel's up, what order do we look at it in? Because that matters. Do not, for example, diagnose from the back of the funnel to the front. Simple things like that matter like crazy. In this video though, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut over to my computer screen and it's part of me training this audience how to diagnose a funnel, the exact reason you're here. So with that, let's cut over and I'll tell you something else at the end.
So we're actually diving into the actual checklist itself here, okay? And funnels, again, are not magic. They're not luck. They're not chance. They're not art. They're not lottery. Funnels aren't your business. I used to think that a funnel was the company. It's like, if I'm going to go build a business, all I need is a funnel. It's like, you still have to build structure, right? I mean, there's still like probably a weekly meeting. You're going to have a to-do list. You're going to have goals. You're going to have like, right, in funnel, it can't do any of that stuff. So the funnels aren't companies. You need both. Funnels are just however it's your revenue arm, right? That's all it is. The automation revenue. And funnels are not marketing. So let's just think again, the relationship between these roles, okay? Marketing is what creates cash. The funnels just collect it. Marketing is the thing, think of it like a megaphone, right? The marketing is what goes out and gets the attention of your audience. And there's money in the audience, right? And the audience, they hear about it, right? So really the funnel doesn't start on page one. It doesn't, funnels start way before page one. Way before page one, right? I think of a marketing is what creates the cash. Funnels just collect it. Funnels collect cash. They don't make cash. They just collect the effects of your marketing out in the marketplace. Again, should help demystify some of the stuff with funnels. Also, what we need to know is look down here at the bottom. Okay, so if funnels just collect cash, and marketing is really what creates it. There's a reason we don't call it a marketing funnel. We call it a sales funnel. We need to realize that sales and marketing are not the same thing. Marketing is measured with leads and sales. Marketing is the attention getting skill set. While I was doing the stuff on the right, Russell was doing the stuff on the left. Make sense? And I thought that it was the same thing for a while. If you were Russell Brunson's funnel builder and you were building a funnel for him during the day and you saw all the tricks and you saw the things that made it work, and you saw the cutting edge strategies, what would you do in the evening? You'd build the same funnel at night, right? Of course I did, wouldn't you? Of course I did. But it took 6 months for me to get any of them to work. But he was pooping out another $1 million every 3 weeks, it seemed like. I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. What is going on? You know how embarrassing it was for me to be Russell Brunson's funnel guy, ClickFunnels lead funnel builder, and not have a successful funnel of my own for like 6 months? It's because I thought these were the same thing. I thought marketing was funnels. I thought sales was also marketing. I thought it was all part of the same. It's not. It is not. They are different functions. And unless you give attention to each of them, it's really hard to make the game work. But now that you know this, the game gets really easy to win, right? So we build the sales funnel, which is measured with closing, right? Did we get a lead? Did we get sales, right? The main activity in sales is closing. The main activity in marketing is attention getting. Now, this is very important. So marketing is all down here on the bottom, and when we get to this first page, marketing is largely over and we are now selling. Again, we don't call it a marketing funnel. We call it a sales funnel because sales is what's happening when they get to the first page. So I'm marketing before funnel, I'm marketing pre-funnel, and I'm selling page one. Make sense? Of course, they overlap a little bit. Of course, there's more, absolutely. But understand, divide the roles up in your head like that. And then you're like, This game's a lot easier to win. No wonder my last few funnels didn't work. Oh, no wonder the one funnel that I built that I was supposed to be away from didn't work, right? Which is okay. This strategy right here, of course it's big, but if you don't do anything on the left, of course it's not going to work, right? Funnels don't create cash. They collect it. Marketing is what creates cash. Okay. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to squish the entire role of marketing into page one. Don't neglect top of funnel. Sometimes we call that this piece over here. Sometimes we call that top of funnel. Top of funnel is not really page one. Top of funnel is all the stuff that you're doing in front. But if you don't, you have to do the entire role of marketing. They got to be able to know, like, and trust you before they even scroll down on the page. That is seriously intense. No wonder it's hard to make funnels work for most people. They try to squish the entire function of marketing into the first page of their sales funnel when really the sales funnel is meant to sell. Does this make sense? Of course they overlap. Of course there's marketing pieces throughout. Of course you're putting your whole, okay, but does this make sense though, where the money's actually made? Trying to squish all the marketing education and sell is real hard to do that. Failure is much more likely when you try and do that, okay? So doing the role of marketing, it takes time, but when you do it, sailing in the sales funnel gets a lot easier. Think of it like a catcher's mitt for the effects of what you're doing out in the marketplace. And what you're doing in the marketplace is marketing. When they get to this funnel, you can certainly use a series of pages for marketing. But when they say sales funnel, you're selling, not marketing. I love this quote from P.T. Barnum too. He said, without promoting something terrible happens nothing. Such a good quote. Okay. So when we're actually designing a funnel, let me just walk through this here. Of course, we need a good offer. We need a good offer, right? But we also have to design the sales message with the headlines and the hooks. And that really starts to translate into what type of ads we're going to put out and what the different hooks are and what the URL is going to be. URL strategy is a big topic. The URL, the .com that you choose, that's a big topic as well. But I also want to make sure that I'm choosing some traffic sources. I like to choose a blend of paid ones and free ones. I don't do a lot of paid in media. I'm starting to again, but I didn't for probably 2 years because there's a ton of other ways to make money besides going to Facebook ads. I like to start with free traffic methods and then I go and choose some paid ones once I've made some sales. Now it's not coming out of my own pocket. Then I like to obviously choose a proven funnel layout. And then I also plan fulfillment. So when I plan a funnel, I'm doing all of that, not just this. That's the other reason why I say this is also the actual funnel building tactics itself, probably the smallest part. It's the smallest part, but I'm going to plan all of this before I ever open ClickFunnels. Literally in my actual process, I don't even think about the funnel usually till step 10 in my massive strategy. As far as funnel building itself, though, even that is still a small piece of it. I'm going to go through what's my offer, what's my message, what are the traffic, what's the proven funnel layout working more right now in that marketplace, and then what's my fulfillment. So I'm planning all of that top to bottom when I build a funnel. Okay, so here's the checklist. It's actually exactly what I just went through. You need an offer. You need a sales message. Easiest way to do that, turn your camera on your phone and tell a story. And that's not the purpose of this sprint. Is not about offers or messages. Choose how you're going to get traffic. I fell into the trap for years building funnels, not years, but probably a year before I was working for Russell, that I would build a whole funnel and not think through where my traffic was going to come from until the funnel was done. Anyone else ever done that? That sucks. I've done that a lot. I did that for a while. I remember the way I used to build funnels was I would build the funnel, I'd build the pages, and then I would think, oh, what should I sell in here? And I would come up with the offer. And then I would think, oh, how should I sell that? And then I would think through a sales message. And then I would go make the entire offer and then ask, what traffic should I go get? And then I would get really deep on fulfillment after the first dollar came in. Wrong order, man. Okay. And I'm saying that because most of you are probably doing that right now because it feels like it's the most natural thing to do. It's not, right? That feels like that should be, oh, of course I'm going to go build the funnel first and then figure out what to sell. The order that you build it in matters like crazy. I'm going to show you a very expounded version of that so you guys can see how to get these projects out the door with the degree of speed and certainty that they'll work. Because you shouldn't think of this and then build it, and then think of one thing and then build it, and then think of one thing and build it. That's the pre-built thing. If I don't have those things, I can't build a funnel. So why do funnels fail? Usually because all they do is they think about it some pages. They don't have any of these other things figured out. They've not thought through their fulfillment, which is still marketing, by the way. Right? If you have great fulfillment, you're marketing, which is awesome. They're not thinking through the traffic ahead of time. They haven't thought through all their headlines. They're like, oh, we'll think about that later. No. Those are the times that it sucked the most for me when I've done that. You got to do it all before you ever open ClickFunnels. Why did I go through 34 failures over 5 years? Because I thought funnels were marketing. And I thought it was entrepreneurship. And it's not. It's automation. That's all it is. Very powerful automation, right? You should certainly do that. but just don't put undue weight on it.
All right, now they might have surprised you in some of the metrics that I look at, but easily the number one reason why people's funnels do not work is because they think a sales funnel is a marketing funnel, and sales and marketing are different. When someone gets to the page 1 of your sales funnel, the role of marketing has taken the back seat, and the role of sales takes the front seat. Remember that sales is measured with conversions and money, where marketing is measured with leads. That's it. Not views, not channel size, none of that stuff. We measure marketing with leads. If there's no leads, it wasn't marketing. When you come to page 1 of the funnel, you really need to understand that page 1 of the funnel, sales funnel, marketing is taking a back seat, and we are now trying to close. That's the reason why. And I find that most of the time people's funnels don't work because they forget that, and they try to mold together the roles of marketing and sales on the same page. Doesn't work like that. In fact, it works awfully, terribly bad. Remember that. Now, what I want you to continue to think about is, what can I do pre-page 1 of my funnel that tees up the sales role for the most success? So that's how I think about it. I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do pre-page 1 so that when they get to page 1, it's like, oh, this is an easy choice. And you basically get a plastic cut, not a paper cut, because their credit card goes flying through the air, gets a plastic cut on the neck. They are hungry buyers from you. Right? They really wanna buy from you. And I have found that that is solved more frequently by beefing up everything that happens before they even come to page 1 versus tweaking all the pages in between. That I have found to be a game that burns you out, burns the audience out. You get a little more salesy. You're like, buy now. I mean, wait, I need you to, so really, buy now. And they feel that pressure. And it changes the way you show up in the funnel and in the sales itself. Also tees up a really weird relationship when you're about to start fulfillment, right? How you sell somebody tees up how you will fulfill them. And so the way you sell somebody tees up and sets the stage and precedent for how your relationship will be post-purchase. This dramatically upgrades not just your funnel, but your entire company, because you get better people when you realize sales funnels aren't marketing. A sales funnel is for collecting sales, right? Closing, money, baby, right? It's all about the leads pre-page 1 besides that. One of my buddies and I, he probably is the other guy that has built the most funnels besides Russell. We created a software called BTS Funnels, which stands for Built to Sell. And what he and I did is we went backwards looking at all these influencers we built funnels for, our best funnels for some of the top best people you've ever heard of. And what we did is we rebuilt them. Successful winning funnels. We rebuilt them, and then what we did is we redesigned them in lots of different cool variations, and they are for download. So go to btsfunnels.com. I'll put the link down in the description. And what it is a collection of previously successful funnels. You don't have to think about what the page looks like. You don't have to think about what copy should go there. Literally just fill in the blanks on what we have on those pages, and you have a funnel that's up and running. And right now, the record is from new account to money, 2 hours. In 2 hours, people making sales from the things that we have done. And that's actually not abnormal to do it at least within 24 to 48 hours. This is something you can make if you're like, hey, I gotta have a successful funnel. And if you're watching this video and you're like, man, there's a lot more to this than I thought. Screw it all. Just go get a funnel that already works at btsfunnels.com. Again, the link is down below.